Hey there, Scorpio. Happy spring. And here's your weekly horoscope for March 28th to April 3rd. Well, although you're a water sign, you're on fire this week. There's a lot of really good stuff that I see moving you forward this week. So it might be a long video, but let's get to it and I'll try to break it down for you piece by piece to give you the best advice. So let's start with that Sun-Venus conjunction in Aries this week. First of all, it also... the Sun is conjunct Chiron in the very early part of the week, but then it moves on. But the Chiron, Sun, Venus in Aries for you puts that package in the sixth house of your solar chart in work and work environment. So your work and career will probably get quite a boost this week, quite a kickstart, we'll say, because Aries energy is like that. In old astrology, the ruling planet of Aries also ruled your sign, which is Mars, and some people still think so, but modern astrologers use Pluto as the ruler of your sign, and while it's in Capricorn, it also is generally kind to your sign and can help you develop some new ground and some new foundations to build upon in your work and in your career. So work and career-wise, things should be more positive than negative for you for sure this week. Now, we do have a full moon in Libra this week, and that moon opposite the sun in Aries, well, it's being hit by the Pluto in Capricorn, your ruling planet. So perhaps not so much for you, but maybe other people around you. There's a lot of deep, dark energy coming out that might be kind of spilling the beans about some things, or people expressing some unhappiness or dissatisfaction to you. Whether it's about you or not doesn't matter. You notice that people do come to you with their problems, right? And that's because you're a very good problem solver. You also are really good at keeping secrets, and people know that about you. Now, one of the things about this secret keeping is sometimes you hold the cards real close to your chest because you'd like to have control. Well, this Pluto full moon aspect is going to bring up power and control issues. So if you have been unfairly having power over people or control, don't be surprised if it blows up in your face a little bit on the full moon. But it isn't really affecting your sign, other than your ruling planet Pluto being involved. And therefore, it could be other people trying to pull some business on you. Well, they won't get away with that because like Capricorn and other signs, you see through that nonsense and usually can protect yourself. Also, people know your reputation for getting back at people that you may be annoyed with. Not always, but sometimes. So a lot of people don't want to take you on. You know, one of the reasons that you are so quiet is that, well, if people don't really know what's going on with you, then they don't know how to deal with you sometimes. And that may be conscious or unconscious on your part in your behavior, but it doesn't matter. It helps you retain that aura of mystique and mystery that, well, you probably just find fun more than anything else. Now, we also have, in addition to the full moon kind of doing some weird, hairy things this week, that does affect your work perhaps, but also issues around travel. So probably not the best week for you to travel, Scorpio. Having said that, though, the Mars in Gemini and Jupiter in Aquarius are making a grand trine with the moon in Libra while it's full. So there could be too much of a good thing going on with some people, but at least planning a trip for later down the road might be something you're looking at. The Mars-Jupiter Moon Grand Trine, it tends to cause people to be very, very effervescent, bubbly, outgoing. Well, that's not usually you, but it can help give you a lot more life and spark and whatever. And to be clear, you're not always so dark. You're some of the funniest people in the zodiac. You can be very kind and generous and helpful to other people, and it is very likely that your charitable nature, your good side, is really highlighted this week. I wish people saw more of that side of Scorpio because, you know, you really are often there for people and really are good at taking care of others, and that's why we can like you so much. Now, with the Saturn in Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus, it's been doing that for a while. It certainly may have upset a couple of your apple carts, as it did for a lot of people, but this aspect is moving on. Now, if you've been one of those Scorpios that resist change and don't want to come out from the underground and don't want to, you know, shine your face in the sun now and then, that's a mistake because this Saturn-Uranus square was meant to push you and move you in some new directions. So if you haven't moved in new directions, although this aspect is winding down in the next week or two, it doesn't mean you're out of the woods yet because it will come back a couple more times. So it's not too late for you to do a life review and think, what can I renovate? What can I fix? What can I change? Maybe it's some home repair stuff. Maybe it's getting the car overhauled. Maybe it's you getting more serious about taking better care of your physical, mental, or emotional health. But whatever you do, I know that the Mercury-Neptune conjunction in Pisces is going to be very good for you. This goes on from Sunday to Wednesday, and water signs, of course, are kind to one another and harmonious. And Mercury is all about how you express yourself, and Neptune is about your faith and spirituality. So when those two get together, it's a great time for you to redefine, recreate your relationship with your higher power. Some people may start a new meditation program, yoga, more prayer, perhaps getting more involved with your place of worship, depending on whatever faith or religion you may be. This spring also brings up some holy holidays for some people of certain faiths, so it could be you're getting more involved with things like that this week too. But all in all, it should be a really good week for you, Scorpio. I certainly hope that it is. There's a few things going on, like I say, with when the moon is in Scorpio, by the way, from Tuesday to Thursday, it is making a lovely sextile to your ruling planet Pluto. So the middle of this week, after the full moon, you should find will go a lot better for you, and things will be much more enjoyable, especially if you've had any stress or strife on that full moon Monday. So good luck ahead, Scorpio. Have a great week. Bye.